I'm the Nevada Stray Cat, and I've come to Ely, Nevada. Behind me is the Hotel Nevada, which at 6 stories was the tallest building in the state for 3 years, from 1929 when it was built until 1931. Whoosh!
I left Wendover a little before midday. It's late October, and although the sun is still up there in the vast Nevada sky, the axial inclination of Earth means that we're further away from it in this season. And going face first into the wind lowers the perceived temperature. So I layered up. You can see my blue sweater hood hanging down the back of my jacket. Fortunately, I'd managed enough layers to stay mostly comfortable during the ride. I took alternate US Route 93 out of town, which regular viewers have seen me do before. And if that's you, welcome back. It's good to see you again. This stretch of road was originally laid down as part of the Lincoln Highway, the first transcontinental road route mapped out in 1912, formally dedicated the following year. For a while, between 1926 and 1952, the road was part of US Route 50, and then US Route 50 alternate until 1976, when it became temporary alternate Route 93. Although the temporary designation has not been removed in the ensuing 50 years, it's not labeled that way on signs or maps. Mostly, the road exists to cut about 60 miles out of the trip between Ely and Point South and Salt Lake City, which at the breakneck speed of 18 to 20 miles per hour that cars traveled when the road was built, was a fairly significant time savings. Even today, it's not trivial. The road between Wendover and the junction with US 93's main route takes us through 3 mountain ranges. The first one is easy to miss, as the road passes over a natural low saddle in the Toano Range, and then we make use of the White Horse Pass to get through the Goshute Mountains. So why am I making a trip to Ely, Nevada on the day before Halloween? Because I ride a Can-Am Ryker, a reverse trike with a 900 cubic centimeter engine hurling it down the road. In the state of Nevada, vehicles such as mine do not require a motorcycle license, so I don't currently have one. Neighboring states, notably Utah, do require a motorcycle license, or at least an M3 endorsement, and as I am planning more videos set in Utah, and that's probably where I'll have to go to acquire the Spyder F3T I hope to upgrade my Ryker with in the next couple of years, it seems prudent to go get that license. Wendover is only home to about 5,000 people and isn't a county seat. Consequently, we don't have a Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, office of our own. There's a kiosk in the town hall for renewing your vehicle license plates and so on, but anything more involved requires a trip to either Elko or Ely. I chose Ely. As it turns out, this was the wrong choice, but we'll get to that later. Right now, I want to mention that the ride I took this Thursday ended up being about 240 miles round trip. The gasoline for that ride was provided by my friend Fast Kid Punk through a donation on my Ko-fi page. If you'd like to emulate them and sponsor me, either for an episode or on an ongoing basis, the link to that page is in the description for this episode, as well as in the channel description, and I will be hugely grateful. Viewers like FKP and you enable me to go on making these travelogues. see that things get greener south of Whitehorse Pass. The broad valley between the Goshute Range and the Antelope Range makes good pasturage for northern Nevada, and this is the area that herd and flock owners bring their horses and sheep to pasture in the winter. Unfortunately, I didn't see any on this trip, but I have in the past. I don't actually know the name of the pass we used to get through the Antelope Range. It's not labeled with a road sign, and the maps I currently have available don't indicate the name either. So I'm stuck just acknowledging that there are mountains here, and we pass southward between the peaks. And somewhere south of those peaks, we pass out of Elko County and into White Pine County. I don't stop at Lagos Station on this trip. It has recently been removed from Google Maps. It's currently a private residence, and I figure the family who live there deserve their privacy. The designated rest stop is only a few miles further and has publicly available facilities, which this former gas station, motel, grill, and bar does not. At Shelbourne Rest Stop, signs have gone up on the restroom doors warning of rattlesnakes. I find this amusing and understandable. Snakes are exotherms, cold-blooded reptiles, and while the restrooms aren't a great deal warmer than the outside air, any warm spot is a warm spot. As Woody said, "There's a snake in my boot." Having joined the main line of US Route 93, we follow the Steptoe Valley south, and the road becomes mostly flat. The next landmark is the town of McGill. I know I often talk about how many towns in northeastern Nevada exist because of the railroad, but this one owes its existence to the other major force in the state, mining. Sometime between 1891, when the McGill post office was opened, and 1906, when an aqueduct was built to supply water, a copper smelter was built here to serve local mines. At its height between 1920 and 1950, the town's population reached about 3,000. But over time, market declines in the price of copper and the relatively low grade of copper ore found in the area made it less and less viable to mine copper here, and the smelter closed in 1986. And if you've ever dreamed of owning a theater, the one in McGill is apparently for sale. Some dozen miles down the road, we come to the town of Ely, where US Route 93 crosses US Route 50, which is also known as the loneliest road in America. I'm planning to ride and film US Route 50 in the spring, so please look forward to that. And if someone at Can-Am wants to loan me a canyon for a few weeks, I'd follow the Pony Express route from end to end and film that. Ely was founded as a stop on the Pony Express and later a stagecoach station on the Central Overland Route. Today, about 4,000 people live here. The town has a historic downtown area, and if you find yourself in Ely, I highly recommend the Economy Drug and Old Fashioned Fountain as a great place to get a sandwich and milkshake. As I mentioned in the teaser, the Hotel Nevada was the tallest building in the state from its dedication in 1929 until 1931, when the 7-story El Cortez Hotel was completed in Reno. What I said earlier about McGill not having been founded by, or for, the railroad doesn't mean that there wasn't a railroad present. A branch line existed to carry copper and other mineral wealth from this area up to the Transcontinental Railroad, and the Nevada Northern Railway Museum still keeps a length of that line, from Ely to McGill, active. But that's a story for another day. A block off the main road is the White Pine DMV station, and it turns out they don't do the motorcycle skills tests here. For that, I have to go to Vegas, Reno, or Elko. So, guess where my next ride will be? Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this ride, please do all the regular YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with others you think might like to come along on the trip. I'm the Nevada Stray Cat, and I'll see you around.